Friday. And there's somebody in me who wants to finish the sentence. And so finish the topic. All right. So it is Friday. And our topic today is something that I just recently saw in social media and wanted to talk about because I want you guys doing it. Some people I want doing it. And it's this 7-day sex reset where a couple has sex for 7 days. There are some couples who that may be very beneficial to. I feel like the majority of you guys, I don't want you to do that. That's an incredible amount of pressure. That's an incredible amount of literally like physical body activity. And so I am very concerned about this. So I wanted to talk about my sex therapist peers and see what you guys thought about it. Cause I read that and I was like, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. It's like one of those things, like you see like a kid running with a pair of scissors, like, no, let's stop. Like, I can see this going terribly wrong. So, okay. All right. What do you think, Jessica? Y'all, that's what's going on.
Yeah. No, you're good. When I saw the outline that you sent over for today, I was like, oh, that's a thing. And I first interpreted it as 7 days without sex because I had just talked to a couple that I'm working with for 90 days without sex. And that was challenging to kind of talk about of what that looks like. And then I read it as like 7 days in a row of having sex. My immediate response was like, no.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that was just like, no.
Terrible.
Don't do that.
I mean, that was my personal reaction of like, I don't want to have sex for 7 days. So like, I don't know. I definitely think it would have to be hugely mutual consent. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's really hard because when you're already struggling with sex and communication and intimacy, trying to get consent for both of that, like, I mean, I could see how it sometimes would be helpful. Mm-hmm. I could also see how it could like rip open a slight wound and now you have like bones exposed.
Yeah. Just such a like graphic imagery.
Sorry,
are exposed. No, I think you're right. I think you're definitely right. Because when I said, I'm like, no. I don't want you guys trying to that. Like, do not attempt this at home. Please don't attempt this at home. All right. What I will say is, if somebody in the couple feels like, okay, we need a sexual reset, things aren't going well, sex isn't happening. First thing I need you to do is start with conversation and see what's going on and be very practical. And so, I mean, I won't say it happens a lot, but I've had a good number of cases where we just needed to talk about scheduling.
Yes.
Where we just needed to say, hey, the kids are making an impact on your sex life.
Yes.
And so before you like, oh, we need to reset, we got to start all over, let's burn it down and start again. Just let's have a practical conversation. When do we think sex is happening? Like, when do we think it's supposed to happen? Like, literally sit down with your schedules. And this is what you're looking for. A period of time where you are awake, like aware. You have enough energy to be desirous of activity with your partner. And it doesn't even have to be full out sexual activity. If you just can have some desire to like be present to where you can connect.
Let's put intention versus desire, because we talked previously about like centering pleasure versus desire. So like intentionality.
Yes. And I'd love for couples to figure out just connection. And so I feel like connection and feeling deeply connected to your partner will go so much further than having like sex with no connection, or sex because we were supposed to, or sex because we're on a 7-day marathon. And I almost see it kind of like anybody who's like going to fast for 7 days to lose weight. Okay. I see how that could help you lose some weight. And I want a lifestyle that's going to support the body that you want, not this essentially binge and get it done, this white knuckling get it done. And so, okay, that's my 2 cents. And so jump in, Jessica, anywhere. And I'm fixing my light, so I'm sorry if I like go off for a second.
No, you're good. I think what's coming up for me is it kind of reminds me of masking. Like I'm neurodivergent and work with a lot of neurodivergent clients. And when we talk about masking, oftentimes it's trying to push through whatever discomfort, whatever you're experiencing in your body to present as normal or to present as typical. And oftentimes it's really about other people's comfort versus your own comfort. And I don't know that there are many times that I would say, like, yeah, prioritize other people's comfort over your own comfort, because like that's just a really hard way to live. I went to a workshop last year that was talking about like self-abandonment, and that is kind of what coming up for me of like, are you abandoning yourself at the sake of something else? And is there something left once you get back?
Oh, that's really good. Is there something left once you get back? I like that most of all. And for whatever reason, this feels, I don't know, but when I think about you forcing yourself to have sex 7 days, it does feel icky. And I'm sorry that I don't have better words for that, but I just don't think it's the best way to fix a sex life. That like there are far better ways. So, okay, what else is coming up for you?
I guess I would be really curious of like, if we think that it fixes it, what is broken? Like, because like if we're not liking the sex we're having more bad sex isn't gonna fix it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to like sex you want sex that isn't good, because like, oh, I don't really want to do that. There's no part of that is enjoyable.
Right. I think the other thing is, if you were trying to reconnect with your partner, I want you guys to have a clear conversation, dialogue about, and specifically define what is connection and when do we feel connected. There are a good amount of people who don't feel connected through sex. It's a deep conversation. It's a back rub. It's just hanging out, watching a movie together. It's anything but sex. There are a good amount of people who don't feel connected through sex. And so, and it doesn't mean they don't enjoy it. It's just they don't get a relational connection, a feeling of connected out of it. And so please have that conversation of, simple question, when do you feel most connected to me? This is when I feel most connected to you. I will tell you, I've asked that question to couples for years. I have yet to say right after I have an orgasm with you, that's when I feel most connected to you. Like that is not that's not the connecting factor. Also, an orgasm doesn't predict like quality of sex. Like you can have a fabulous sexual experience and not have an orgasm. Vice versa, you can have an orgasm and the sexual experience be terrible. Like it's not good for you. I know some of my.
And I think like for the clarification is, orgasm means a certain amount of sexual stimulation for a prolonged or particular duration. Like it is literally your body responding to stimulus. That's it. Now I do have a couple of people where like the orgasm is where they connect, and that's super challenging for their partners, because then it feels like nothing else that they do creates connection, and they just have to have sex constantly.
You are so right about that. Those are those cases. What do you want to say to those people?
Lean into whatever little spark feels connecting outside of intimacy, outside of sexual action. If it's talking, casual touching is okay. Like clothes on, rubbing your back, head massage, holding hands, cuddling. All of those are good. None of those have too much pressure in most cases. We're assuming there's not like significant trauma or past triggers that are like coming up in those situations. But like those are usually freely and able to be done, as long as we know that there aren't strings attached, that like, if I rub your back, I'm now going to have sex with you because like I've touched you, and like, my God, I don't want to set that ball in motion.
For those couples who are not touching each other at all right now, have a conversation about what touch is safe, please. Because what I have seen happen is because something's going on with the sex life, like actual intercourse between the couple, and they're not sure about intercourse or don't have confidence that intercourse will happen, nothing happens. It's like, I'm not going to touch you at all because I don't want you to interpret my touch as me wanting sex or being able to provide sex. Like either way, so I'm not going to touch you at all. If you are a couple in that situation and you're thinking the sex reset is what's going to do it, please don't. Please don't. But have a conversation about, hey, what touch is okay? Is there any place I could touch you on your body without verbal consent? Like, how do we do that? Like, what's okay and what's not okay, so that you can reclaim some touch. And I'll say for a couple, if they haven't had sex for a while, I think that's what I'd like you to challenge yourself to do for 7 days. Either way, have a conversation every day for 7 days, or have some non-sexual touch every day for 7 days. Like talk about, okay, you can touch me in these places at any point in time and I'm good. And you guys purpose to do that for 7 days.
Yeah.
And then I think you can take it the next step up a little bit. Okay, how do we take this up a notch for the next 7 days? Again, keep in mind what connection is for you. What connection is for your relationship, for you and for your partner. And I think a lot of couples really haven't talked about that. They haven't defined really what connection is for us. When do you feel most connected to me? When do I feel most connected to you? They also haven't defined what good sex is. What's good sex for you? What's good sex for me? Because for two people, it can be very different. Like if one person's an orgasm and the other person's like, I've literally y'all have had this happen in session. The other person's like respect. And so, okay, that's like apples to oranges. Let's figure that out and figure out how to make this work for you guys in this relationship. Okay, you were excited to say something. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I think it's one of those things that this is yet another instance where media lies to you all of the time. Yeah. So like I'm working with a couple and one person is physical touch and the other person is emotional connection through conversation. And they keep turning to each other when they're feeling really connected. Are you really connected right now? And the other person's like, no, not really, because this isn't how I connect. So like I had to tell them, don't ask that question. If you are feeling really connected, that is your cue to change love languages and connect in the other person's. So like if you're having a lot of physical touch and one person is feeling really connected and close, that should be a trigger. Oh, we're doing my love language. I need to do their love language, so that they're feeling connected. So that's a trigger, not a question, because it's always going to be no, because that's not how they connect. And you're going to be disappointed and like let down. They're like, oh, I'm having this really good feeling and I'm feeling really connected. And you're not. And it's like, yeah, because I don't speak this language.
Oh, that's so good. All right. First of all, I love the way you worded that. Like I haven't used that language for that dynamic before, and I like it. I'm gonna adopt that. Like just noticing and switching love languages. I don't know how I describe it, but it's not like that. So just like high five for you. Okay. All right. So we're gonna flip the script now. What couple would be a good fit for the 7-day reset? Because I think it will work for some people. Even though I got to tell y'all, my still immediate reaction is like, no. But I identify that for some couples, this could be helpful. What couple do you think it could be helpful for?
If both of you are enjoying the sex that you're having, but you're not finding time, I think that is a deliberate way to find time to do it. I feel like this is very like thin ice of like treading very carefully of like figuring out what that looks like, because it's such a thin line. Yeah, that's really hard. I not having kids, like I think trying to have, I mean, like there may be some couples that have kids that might be able to do it, but like I am a single parent and trying to imagine fitting something for 7 days into my schedule without 2 weeks notice or 3 weeks notice. Like, honey, this is not something that can just be dropped. Like, I don't know that I could do that. I think, yeah, if we're looking at a 7-day reset, instead of being like, yes, we're doing it, it's starting today, I think that is a big issue. I think if we plan strategically toward it, kind of like what you were talking about, of like, we're going to do like non-sexual outside of the clothes touching for 7 days. And then we're going to do like 30 minutes cuddling, intimacy time, and conversation for 7 days. And then we're going to do something else that's a little bit more for 7 days. And then we're getting into the sex for 7 days. Like, yes, like I can see that. Even still, sex for 7 days, like let's have a opt out or like a veto day, because like that's a lot. I'm just thinking like the amount of laundry, like showers.
I'm thinking this might be a really fun thing to do on vacation when you're already in a really good spot. You know, maybe, maybe not. This may be something fun to do around the holidays when we're really, really busy and we want to force ourselves to make sure we stay connected. And you guys, again, not every couple can do this. Like I think, like as I'm saying it, I'm still like, okay, let's be very careful about.
I would
how
say
we decide to
honestly,
do
like
this.
20%, maybe lower. Like most couples should probably not do this. Like
Yeah,
I feel comfortable saying
yeah.
that.
All right, all right. And in that, I want to circle back around to, and I know I already said this, I want you to find sustainability. I would rather, as opposed to trying to do something for 7 days, I'd love for you guys to really talk, get in conversation, and think about sustainability for
Mhm.
the long haul, sustainability. And I tell most of my couples, nobody's 100% of the time. Like it's just
Mhm.
not possible. And
Mhm.
so I really want you guys having conversation on what's good enough sex, like what's good enough sex, what how do we talk about it if either one of us aren't having enough sex, like we're
Mhm.
feeling really low, that tank is really low in the relationship. Yeah, I think those are the main things I want. Okay, anything else coming up for you?
Yeah, I'm very curious. Like, I would love to hear people that are like, yes, we did this and this was helpful, and like the feelings around it and how you engaged with it, and like, what does that look like? I think I would be really interested in like, who does this work for, and hearing from them and hearing their feedback of like what this looks like. And I could see how, like, to a certain extent, it's really not a good decision, but then
Mm,
maybe we get to the routine of it and you're able to let go just by,
no.
yeah, we're supposed to do this again. And then it kind of breaks away some things.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I will say, I forget this at times, that because we see the couples that sex is not going well for them, our practice kind of specializes in no desire, no to low desire, no to low
Mhm.
sex for couples. And so our viewpoint could be a little bit skewed. So Jessica, I think that was brilliant to say, oh, maybe we need to hear about from the people who this works and works well for them. And it's actually
Mhm.
probably going to be a couple that is already like working really well sexually.
Mhm.
And maybe they just wanted to bump it up a little bit. So, okay. All right. That's my 2 cents for today, you guys. All right. Anything else coming up for you, Jessica, before we let the people go?
Free the people. I think it would be really interesting, instead of having sex for 7 days, to like do a different sexual act for 7 days, to like introduce a little bit of exploration, introduce a little bit of like trying different things, because that feels less overwhelming than sex for 7 days. Especially like I'm thinking with some of my clients that have like erectile dysfunction or delayed ejaculation, or like that could cause a lot of emotional wearing on that.
Definitely so. Definitely so. Yeah. Okay. All right. So to bring it on home, in general, we don't advise you do the 7 day sex reset. If you do and it works well for you, we'd love to hear from you. So
Mhm.
leave a comment in YouTube, or just email us. Come to our website to email us. I'm sure the email address is on there somewhere. And so, but we'd love to hear from you guys. What we want is I want sustainability. I don't want a 7 day fad that's not sustainable. I want sustainability. Okay, Jessica, what do you think you want? Leaving out for today. You want what?
Conversation, so much conversation. Like I talk to a lot of my couples and they're like, well, I'm interpreting, I'm assuming, or based on this. And I'm like, this does not need to be like complicated algebra.
Right.
Like this needs to be, I want you to touch me. Okay, I'm comfortable with touching you here, or I'm comfortable giving you this touch. I'm not comfortable with that. Just freaking say it. Say the words. And it's so frustrating because like even people who are working and like doing well, they're still not talking. And like you can have nonverbal communication if you've had a conversation around what the nonverbal communication means ahead of time, because that's like the whole negotiation with BDSM of like, this is my communication style. I'm going to drop this and this is what this means, or I'm going to give you this hand signal and this is what this means, because we're out here flying blind. We can't even agree on a definition verbally of love. How are we going to agree on I am holding my hand like this or holding my hand on this? What does that mean? I don't know.
Right. That's really good. That's really good. Okay. All right. We want you guys to have great sex lives. We do. And if you're struggling and you're not, call us because we want you to have great sex lives. Okay. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, we won't be here next week. I won't be here next week. Okay.
Okay. Good
Talk
to
to
know.
you guys in 2 weeks. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.